I tell you what, we don't need no Draymond Green. Not in Florida. All right, that was a bad Tony Montana, wasn't it? Early video for y'all here on YouTube because it was an early game, the back end of a back-to-back in Orlando. About 4 minutes into the game, Draymond double T, and he's gone. Steph, I'm sure you've seen it all over social media, looked like he was dang near in tears. I don't want to say he was crying, but the frustration seemed to be boiling over with Steph, and he had that look like, I can't believe he did this again. Now, I don't want to absolve Draymond. He did it again. And for those of you that are completely out on the Draymond Green experience, I get it. I get it. I totally get it. Here's the problem. The Warriors aren't out on the Draymond Green experience. The truth of the matter is, since the Nurkic suspension this year, they needed a contingency plan when it looked like Draymond was going to boil over. You could even work on it in practice. Let Draymond know, hey, man, we're going to protect you from yourself. So whether it's GP2, it's Looney, it's Trace, it's whoever it may be, we're going to come put our hands around your waist and we're going to walk you away when it looks like it's coming to a tipping point. We're going to remove you from the proximity. And as I sat there and watched it come to a tipping point in that second technical foul, it was like, yo, grab him up and move him away. And to me, that's the mistake. If the Warriors don't have someone on the roster comfortable enough to remove him from the proximity of one of those situations, then they shouldn't have kept him around. They shouldn't have kept him around. And this whole grown man thing that I kept hearing on Twitter, Draymond's a grown-ass man. He's a grown man, dog. Yeah, I get it when like you have a coworker who smells like doo-doo all the time, right? And you're like, you're a grown man, dog. Like you need to clean your drawers, right? But listen, whether you're 84, you're 34, or you're 4 years old, humans need help with their problems. So I don't love that argument because it's like, a friend, family, or a loved one that you have that has issues, you're like, leave them be. They're a grown-ass man. That's all on them. That's not how life works. And the Warriors have signed up for the Draymond experience, and they're not helping him help himself. No one seems to have the courage, or I don't know what the word is, but to grab him up and move him out of the proximity. Are they afraid they're going to get pulled? Fair argument. But again, if they don't have someone willing to do that and they haven't put that plan in place, then they shouldn't have him around. But to me, it was just too soft and stagnant of an intervention. And again, yeah, it is Draymond, but that's even all the more reason to move him away. You already know where this is headed. And so I don't have a ton of empathy for Steph in this situation because ultimately he's greenlit this. He said, hey, I'm going to ride or die with Draymond, but yet you know it's going to happen and you're not preventing it. You've got to be more demonstrative. You've got to be more assertive when these situations arrive. That's my take on it. Now, let's talk about this game because I think the real story is, outside of that, that's going to be the story everywhere on ESPN and all that, but woke Wiggins. You saw it in Miami last night, putting the ball in his hands from the start of the game. In fact, we even saw it in Minnesota, right? Putting the ball in his hands, letting him come downhill off screens, and just kind of force-feeding him the ball, letting him get a rhythm early, and he's rewarding the team with aggression and looking like the 22 Wiggins that we all came to love, right? He was the biggest story of this game. But how about the youngsters? Pajemski, Trace Jackson, all over the glass, Moses Moody, the effort and the hustle. Say what you want. They responded. They may not have responded the way I would have wanted in the moment. And again, it's a subjective issue. I'm not, if you tell me I'm wrong, that's fine. But all I can do is tell you how I feel. But you have to love how this team responded once Draymond was out of there. And it started with Andrew Wiggins, right? No Jonathan Kuminga. Was this a planned rest? But it was an inspiring effort. And I think that when you look at this season, and again, it's all expectations, and no one is expecting a contention. No one's expecting a championship run at this point. But the possibilities of winning a play-in and getting into a playoff series, I think, rides on woke Andrew Wiggins and Jonathan Kuminga. I said it a few videos ago. That's the recipe. Empower them and let them do more. We know Steph and Draymond are worn down here. And I know I didn't do a Heat video because the turnaround was too quick. By the time I got that out, y'all would be getting ready to watch this Magic game. But you saw it in the Heat game. It was the best shot contesting we saw all season from this team defensively. All of a sudden, it's like a light bulb went off. Oh, you mean we shouldn't give up open threes? Sell out and run them off the three-point line? Maybe it's too little, too late. And maybe I'm foolish for having a glimmer of hope because Andrew Wiggins seemingly has woken up. But I do. Anyway, this was just a quick one and kind of a rant on my feelings on this Draymond situation. I will have a full breakdown of the game tomorrow on my Patreon, and maybe I'll feel different. Maybe I'll wake up and feel different. Ladies, y'all heard that before? Nah. Yeah, I don't know. That's how I felt about it. I didn't think they did enough to get him away. And I know some of you were going to say there was nothing you could do, right? Fine. But again, I'll have the breakdown in the morning. And where are they at? They're at Charlotte Friday. All this would be for nothing if they somehow blow that game. Wouldn't that be just how the season has gone? 2 inspiring wins against playoff teams, and then you show up in Charlotte and shit the bed? All right, I'm jinxing this here. Breakdown in the AM. I'm out, y'all.